This lesson is 11.3, Areas of Circles and Sectors. The warm-up here is from Chapter 1, where we use the area of a circle to solve for circumference and for radius. So just to remind you what the area of a circle is, it's A equals pi r squared. And we have to write down that whole formula, including that A, because you're not just given R anymore. Sometimes you're given A. So if you have yet to complete this warm-up, please pause the video and do so and check the answers with your neighbors. The learning target for today will be, I will be able to find areas of sectors of circles. Let's talk about what a sector of a circle is. So a sector is, you can think of as a slice of the pie. Slice of the pie that is created by the two radii of the circle. So all this area right here. And just like back in 10.2, when we talked about arc measure and arc length, this is proportionally related to the number of degrees that are in a circle and to the radius of the circle. So back in 10.2, we talked about this distance here, walking from A around the circle to B. And we talked about that as being a length. So now we're going to talk about the area of this sector. And like I said, it's proportionally related to the number of the degrees in a circle and to the radius of the circle. So the number of degrees in any circle are 360. And when we think about a portion of that circle, we think about that portion right here as being x degrees. And that x degrees being equal to the central angle of the circle. So we know that these two are related. And instead of using length and circumference like we did back in 10.2, we're going to use area. So if we're talking about the whole over the part, then the whole part of the circle, we can find the area as pi r squared. And the portion that we want to find is going to be this A, the area of the sector. And you can think about that sector as being a slice of pie. How much of it you are going to eat. You're going to eat that whole thing. So same sense as before. It's not necessarily a formula that you have to remember. You just have to remember that it is proportionally related. So again, here we can see there that you have the slice of the pie. And you have on your radius. I probably should have deleted this slide, but that's okay. We can think about it. Where A is the area, not that point on the circle. And then x being the degree measure right here. So let's solve the problem. Find the area of the sector formed by angle ABC. So ABC is this angle right here. And we know that it's a central angle because its vertex is at the center, that vertex B. So the measure of that angle is 110 degrees. But we want the area that is taken up by that slice of pie, so everything covering that blue. So we know that it's proportionally related, so we know that we're going to work with 360, which is our whole, and then our parts are going to be down here. The whole of the circle is pi r squared, and in this case here, our r is 21. It's the radius. So pi times 21 squared. And be careful, you're only squaring the radius. You're not squaring the pi on top of that. So making sure that you do your order of operations correctly on your calculator. You would not put that pi inside those parentheses if you're going to do it that way. And then our portions, which in this case here, we have to find that area A. So again, the area of this triangle, or of this sector that sliced the pie, not the point A. And then the angle that is given, which is 110. And from here, since it's a proportion, we can just cross multiply. So pause the video and do your cross multiplication to find the answer. And once you've done the work, you should come out with that the area of that sector is 423.330 if we round correctly. So it's 3296. So we're going to make sure we round correctly, and then our units are millimeters. Let's solve another one that doesn't have a picture. So a pizza has a diameter of 14 inches. So we know that the diameter across, so that's a bad diameter. Diameter goes through the center. So we know that that diameter is 14 inches. And it's cut into 8 congruent slices. So thinking about if we slice our pizza into 8 pieces, what's the area of one slice to the nearest? And actually, let's do the thousandth like we always do. Okay. So really, we are finding the slice of one of these, the area that one of these is taken up. And you'll notice here that we don't have an x. We don't have a measure of that central angle. But since we know that they're congruent slices, we know that it's all going to be the same. We know that a circle is 360 degrees, and since we have 8 slices, we can divide 360 by 8 to get that the measure of one slice will be 45 degrees. We have the diameter is 14, but when we work with the area formula, we are working with radius. So we have to cut that diameter in half, so that's radius is equal to 7 inches. And then we know that this is a proportional relationship, so we can set that up. My whole is 360 over the part, which is 45 degrees. I know that my whole is going to be the area, so pi times 7 squared. Again, we're squaring just the 7, not the pi. And then we want to find the area A, which is the slice, the whole area of that slice right there. And then we can do the cross multiplication. So pause the video and find that answer. And you should get an answer of 19.242 inches squared. And I made that mistake in the last example, that since this is area, your unit should be squared, just like that you were doing with lots of other problems in this unit, as well as back in chapter 1 when you were finding the area. So make sure that your units are squared. And I apologize for that mistake in the last example. If you are unclear of any of these, you should go back and rewatch these videos and take notes on things that confuse you so you can ask when you have the chance.